sell it out, they said allow 6mm either side for the drip.
Fiberglass and stuff.
Was that too? How did that work out?
Not really that well.
No.
It's slightly. I would have had it in very, very slightly from that.
So now we're all in the dry, we've got the lantern on and it's beautiful and we can work in here now. So Dan's going to fix up this stud wall all the way along the back and we're going to put a bit of insulation in there, keep the damp out the building. If there's any penetrating damp coming through that wall, it will stop there, and we're going to give it a coat of Storm Dry on the outside when we get a chance. Bit of repointed to do out there as well. And then over here, we're going to fill this wall in. Dylan's going to do that. It's going to be his first ever bricklaying job. Well, block laying actually in this case. So he's going to do that. So when we come back after the break, everything will be in the dry and hopefully in the warm.
In about 5mm. Oh, that's back there. Do a little bit off then, Phil. Just take a bit off.
Some 6x2 in out there and stuff.
Yeah, no. That's what I was running.
Yeah.
Up into the space behind, on their side.
I'll take a little bit off that. Bring it down. Make sure that's flat for the plasterboard carpet. I'm going to be bow round.
Got it.
Because we're joining 2 plasterboards on now.
Got it.
Yeah. Roger, I'll get them fixed. I'll make sure that one's straight. Right. Is it? You sure? That is, it's just it's 1200. So one sheet of plasterboard to go on there, and then once we've got that one in, they're all 1200 from centre to centre. So I've done all the 12s first. So the plasterboard will go on there and there, and then obviously these are just 400 centres. But always make sure I get the 1200s about right for a sheet of plasterboard to go straight on there. If you do it the full thickness, you're doing that. If you do that, like you're covering the full thickness of the stud. So you really want it that way.
Yeah, sure.
I can do it 1200 to the centre if you want.
Well, for me, it's an easy way of.
Yeah, it's just I don't know why they always do them upright.
No, yeah, because then you don't get a join in the middle. Okay, we'll do
no,
them
you don't. But then
no, we do them upright. I'll tell you why. Because you don't get You're not. Otherwise, you'd get a crack line all the way along the middle, wouldn't you?
Well, you get crack line down there, but I suppose there you got a perimeter fixing.
Yeah.
Quick tip for us. I had a youngster with me a while back. He's never swung a hammer before. Just left school. He was sort of struggling. So I got him to nail the noggins in. They're moving all over the show, up and down. So one quick tip: get the nails started. Piece of batten cut to the length there. It's going to go in. It just makes it a bit easier to get the noggins in.
I've never done that. I've never seen that. You know, we've been putting noggins in for years and
Struggling.
never seen anybody do that. That's
Oh, right.
really good.
Okay.
You want to patent that, Dan?
Yeah, well, I'm gonna start.
Fortune.
I'm going to get different length ones for different height noggins.
We could break the internet with that one.
Yeah, this time next year, Rodney.
Yeah.
You may have seen our other videos with the other gas-free nailers recently, but I've managed to borrow a Hilti GX90 off my friend Ben from him. So I've been using it and I'm quite impressed with it. So it's got the hook on there that folds away quite nice and easy. It's big enough to go over like CLS, so it won't go over a double like the Hikoki, but you know, for singles it'll go on there quite nicely. I quite like all this up here. You've got loads of access, so if you do get a nail bent up at the end there, you can really get in there. I have a few that get bent up at times. It's a typical, you put the nail in first, then pull that back. But the other feature I notice it's got is when you do that, it's got a little gadget in there to stop the nails. So you just put that down. So it just sort of helps hold them there as well. We've got the rubber foot there that this just pops on the end. Just so you don't mark the work. The battery is out for safety. It is quite simple to get on there. It's just me. I'm not using the gun a lot. So yes, you've got a nice non-marking foot. A little bit of adjustment, but you know, I've not used that yet. But yeah, I'm quite impressed with it. Now, size-wise, compared to my Makita, sorry, I'll try that Makita up. It looks like a big gun, and that's what I really wanted to see one in the flesh, because it looks like a big gun, but my dodgy Makita, this is similar to past loads and everything, and when you look at them, it really isn't a lot bigger. So I'm quite surprised with that. It looks bigger, but it's not a great deal bigger. And I'm guessing with that longer magazine, you can get a lot more nails in it easier than, I mean, these ones, when it gets low, you can't always top it up. So yeah, I think it's looking like a good gun, really. It's a bit more expensive though. I think it's over £700, where past those you can get them for probably around the 500 bracket. So it's a few £100 dearer. But hopefully with Hilti, you get a really good after sales service. They normally look after all their tools and all their stuff, and you know, they've got a really good reputation for that. So yeah, I'm quite impressed with it.
And they will do a 3-day turnaround on it as well.
Oh, do they? Quite quick?
Yeah, I mean, it's great. They've got the National Service Centre, but they basically pick it up, the courier pick it up from your site,
All right.
take it, do it
Yeah,
back to
yeah.
your site. So hopefully you don't lose out.
You don't lose so much time. I know once, I think they was doing a system where they would lend you tools.
Oh, yeah, yeah.
If and they, you know, they've got a lot.
Do that if you've got a lease, like people do
Oh,
that.
right, okay.
They lease
Yeah.
all their tools from
So-
Hilti or whatever, but yeah.
But yeah, no, it looks like a good gun. So I'm impressed with it. Really, I'm impressed.
Isn't it?
But
Compared
it
to the
is,
other one.
yeah, you're looking at over £200 more minimum. This isn't a sponsor. This is from my friend Ben from SE Fixings. He's kindly lent me the gun, said give it a good go, and that's what I've been doing today. So, thanks, Ben.
Well, you want to give it back to him?
No, I just changed my phone number.
Right.